Yes, good morning. Hello guys. Kumusta sa inyong lahat? So ngayon, tuloy natin yung ating discussion. So Physics for Engineers pa rin tayo. So work energy pa rin tayo. Work energy and power. So continuation lang nung nakaraan. Ano po? So work and kinetic energy with varying forces yung topic natin for today. And last time we tackled about the work and kinetic energy with constant forces. So constant forces hindi siya varying last time. So kapag constant ang forces natin, so meaning yung force na in-apply dun sa isang object or any body is fixed or hindi nagbabago. While ngayon naman, yung di-discuss ko ngayon ay yung forces natin is changes o nagbabago siya o nagbabari siya. Ano po? So, varying forces. So, paano mag-analyze ng work and kinetic energy with varying forces? So, unahin natin, brief recap lang tayo nung nakaraan. No? So, work is equals to F times S or net force multiplied by the displacement travel. Ano? So, yan ay kapag constant yung ating force. So, iisa lang yung force na in-apply dun sa ating object. Ano? As the position changes, at amount of vector S. Ano? Yan. So, constant. Ang definition ng work doon is equal to force, yung applied force, multiplied by displacement. Simple lang. Multiply lang natin yung net force multiplied by the displacement. Yun yung amount of work. So, yun ay kapag constant force. So, example dyan, yung nakaraan, yun nga. Kapag namatay yung makina ng isang sasakyan, so, tinulak nila. So, ang in-applied nilang force is constant. So, isang force lang. Okay? Paano naman kapag yung in-apply nilang force ay hindi constant? So, nagbago, So, let's say, for example, initially, ay mahinang force lang yung in-apply nila, dito, and after sometime ay nilakihan nila, dinagdagan nila ang force. So paano mag-compute ng work doon? Ganito po. So unahin natin analyze muna natin. So let's say for example we have a particle moving from x sub 1 to x sub 2. So from point 1 to point 2. As you can see in the figure, in response to a changing force in the x direction. So, horizontal motion po tayo. So, gumagalaw yung body. And yung force na in-applied is different. So, magkaiba. Initially, f sub 1x and at point 2 ay f sub 2x. So, kitang-kita nyo. So, mas malaki itong vector quantity nito kaysa dito. So nakikita nyo, mas mahaba yung magnitude, yung haba ng guhit niya. So meaning, pero pwede din naman niya magkaiba. So magkabaliktad, vice versa. So basta nagbabago yung ating forces. And yung ating particle is moving to the right in the positive x direction from point 1 to point 2 at a displacement x sub 1 to x sub 2. So yan. So, paano natin i-analyze yan? Gaya ng pag-analyze natin dati ay i-analyze natin using graphical method. So, paano natin i-analyze? Ano ba yung work? Work is the product of the force applied or the net force multiplied by the displacement. So, paano pagka yung nagbabago yung ating force? Kasi kapag yung constant yung ating force, ang graph ng ating force position graph ay horizontal. Ito yung graph niya. So paano kapag yung nagbabago? Ayan, nakikita nyo, nagbabari. So yung amount of force dito is not the same as the amount of force here, not also the same as the amount of force here. Okay? So nagbabago. Unlike pag constant, yung ating graph is horizontal line. Yung slope niya is 0. So yun yung pagkakaiba. Kapag yung graph i-analyze natin. So i-analyze natin yung particle moving na yan using graphical method. So yung ating y-axis will be our force applied, f sub x, and the horizontal axis, nakikita nyo, yan yung axis kung saan ilalagay natin yung ating displacement or the position. So that will call as the force position graph. Okay? Force position graph. And kung makikita nyo, so nagbabari yung ating forces. Okay? As the displacement changes, So nagbabari. So that graph will be the force as a function of position. Meaning, itong graph na ito ay dapat ay in a function of x. Okay? And the area bounded below will be the total work from point 1 to point 2. Okay? So, ang challenge sa atin is paano makuha yung area nito. So, area lang yan. Paano makuha yan? So, since nagbabago yung ating force, as the displacement changes, so gagamit tayo ng integration. But before that, alamin muna natin yung pinakasimpleng analyze. Ano po? So, yan. Himahimayin natin yung ating area. Yung kulay pink na yan, area. Okay? So again, at point 1, so ito yon. Then, may applied force na F1x. So, nakikita niya. And then, yung F at point 2, x sub 2, position 2. So, x sub 2, may applied force tayo na F sub 2x. So, yun yung graphical method. Iginarap ko lang, po. So, naunawaan niyan. So, ngayon, so, paano makuha yung work? So, yung area nito, again, so, paano makuha yung area niyan? So, may dalawang way. May dalawang way kapag yung constant yung ating slope or yung ating yung f sub x is directly proportional kay x. So ibang analysis yun. So ngayon naman kapag yung given yung equation ng curve. So ito yon, ganito yon. So hahati-hatiin natin yung itong area na to into smaller pieces. So yan. Yan. Nakikita nyo itong mga rectangle na yan. Yan. Yung summation down ng lahat ng yan yung area nito. Okay? So, dun sa delta x sub a, kung nakikita nyo, nasa baba, from x sub 1, so, papunta dun sa unang rectangle, yung unang rectangle na yan, yung maliit na yan, ito, yan. So, kukunin natin yung area niyan. Kasi, ang area niyan is, kung rectangle yan, di F sub AX or the average X horizontal force at A. So, yun yung una. So, A, B, C, D, E, F. So, magkakaiba nga yung ating mga forces. Magkakaiba. So, nagbabari. So, isa-isahin natin. So, F delta A, X. So, multiplied by yung changes nito. Delta XA. So ito yung ating FAX and ito yung ating FAX and ito naman yung ating delta XA. So yung area niyan, so rectangle lang. FAX multiplied by delta X sub A. So unang area pa lang yon. Ito pa lang yon. Ito pa lang yung part na yon. Ay itong iba pa. Yan. So ito pa yon. So, pag sum upin natin yan lahat. So, magiging ganyan yung equation. So, kung nakikita nyo, FAX, ito siya. Yun, yung height nun. Height nun. And then yung length nito. Yan, which is delta XA. So, mumultiply natin yun. Yun yung work sub A. Work sub A yon. And then work sub B, ito siya. Ito naman. So, F sub BX times delta XB. Okay? So, kaya ganun. And so on and so forth. Hanggang sa maabot yung point 2. Okay? So, yun yon. Kung iisa-isahin natin, paano naman kung sobrang napakahaba naman ng ating graph? So, napakahirap naman kung iisa-isahin natin. So, gamitan natin ng integration. So, gamitan natin ng integration. So, ito kasi, equivalent yan sa integral of f sub x dx with respect to x, from point 1, x sub 1 to x sub 2. So, yan yung by using integration. Kasi kukuha ka ng isang maliit na strip dito. Yan, itong strip na yan. And i-maximize natin. So yung strip na yan, yung height nito, yan yung ating f sub x. So in terms of x dapat yan. And itong distance nito pamula dito, yan yung ating dx. Okay? And yung area nito, multiply natin yan para makuha natin yung area niyan, yung maliit na derivative area na yan. So, fx times dx. Kaya nagkaroon dito. Fx times dx. Times natin dito. Okay, kaya fx dx. And sa isang derivative, ano lang yan, strip. So, para makuha natin yung total, integrate natin, palakadin natin yung ating strip throughout the displacement from x sub 1 to x sub 2. So meaning yung ating lower limit and upper limit is yung ating displacement, x sub 2 to x sub 1. Okay? So yan, mas mabilis yan. Ano po? So ito yung ating definition ng ating work kapag nagbabari yung ating force. Straight line displacement siya. Okay, straight line displacement. Okay, so yan, varying x component of force, straight line displacement, yan yung formula. Okay, integral of f sub x dx from x sub 1 to x sub 2, yan yung total work from x sub 1 to x sub 2. Okay, kapag yung ating force is varying, So, paano naman kapag patunayan natin na talagang tama yung nakaraan natin na work is equals to F times D, Patunayan nga natin. So, example natin yung kapag constant yung force natin. So, sabi ko kanina, kapag constant yung force natin, in the Fx X graph or the force displacement graph, yung equational line or the line ay horizontal or zero yung slope. Kung makikita nyo, yan horizontal. So meaning constant yung force. Ito yung ating force Yan. Yan yung force So, kung makikita nyo, ano po. So yan. So, paano makukuha yung area na yan? So, gamitin nga natin to kung aakma, ano po. Yan. So, paano makukuha yan? So, ganyan yan. So, work is equals to integral of fx dx from x sub 1 to x sub 2. So, ang fx sub x natin dito is constant, meaning pwede nating ilabas ng integral sign. Okay? Labas natin ng integral sign, magiging ganyan yan. Fx integral of dx from point 1 to point 2 or x sub 1 to x sub 2. Okay? So, and the integral of that is equals to fx times x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And this term is our S. Okay? And the equation will be equal to the force multiplied by S. So, satisfies siya dun sa ating pinag-aralan last time. Okay? Kapag constant force. So, meaning, applicable itong ating formula kahit constant or varying forces yung ating problem. Ano po? So, yan. So doon din naman nakuha yung galing yung ating mga area sa integration na yan, sa integral calculus. Doon din naman nakuha yan. Kaya talagang tama talaga ito. Ano po? Ayan. So, constant force yan. Constant force. So, now, let's apply these ideas to the stretch spring. So, stretch spring ay alam niyo ba yung spring? Yung bumabanat ba? So, spring. So, to keep a spring stretched beyond its unstretched length by an amount of x. So, imagine nyo, meron kayong hawak na spring. So, babatakin nyo. So, babanat yon mag-elongate yon or magko-compress. So, depende sa kung paano nyo i-apply yung force. Ang gusto lang bigyan ng emphasis dito is yung kapag spring problem yung ating problem ay yung forces doon ay varying. Bakit? Dahil imagine nyo may hawak kayong spring. Batakin nyo siya and habang humahaba yung spring, palakas ng palakas yung kailangan yung force. Mas madami dapat yung kailangan yung force na i-apply kapag mas mahaba na yung spring, nabatak na, elongate na masyado. Compare dun sa initial na in-apply yung force. Habang umahaba, nag-elongate yung ating spring, mas kailangan natin mas malakas yung ating force na i-applied. So, varying force yung ating problem kapag ganon. So, perfect example itong stretch spring natin. So, then, tuloy, we have to apply a force of equal magnitude at each end. So, yun yung sinasabi ko, So, figure 6.18, mamaya yan. If the elongation is not too great, the force we apply to the right hand and has an x component directly proportional to x. So, ano ba yan? Paano pag directly proportional? Kapag nag-graph kayo, directly proportional is straight line and straight line siya. Habang lumalayo na lumalayo, equal ito. Yan. Hindi siya equal. May constant slope siya. Constant slope, yon, directly proportional. Habang lumalaki yung nandito, tumataas din dito. Dagdag dito, taas ulit dito. So, yan yung graph niya. Papakita ko na mas maliwanag mamaya. Okay? And the f sub x is equals to kx. So, ano yung k dyan? Yan yung tinatawag nating spring constant. Spring constant siya. Yung force na kailangan nating i-apply dun sa spring is equal to kx. And the value of K is the spring constant. So, Newton per meter yan. Newton per meter ang unit niya. K na yan. Okay? Dapat. Okay, so, yan yung figure 6.18. So, may spring tayo. Initially, wala siyang displacement. So, initially, relax lang yung ating spring. Nakakapit sa wall. And eventually, applyan natin ng force, hihilahin natin, and magkakaroon siya ng displacement or elongation at a value of x. Okay? At a value of x. So, applied force natin dito, yan yon. F sub x is equals to kx. Okay? So, yung kailangan nating i-apply na force ay equivalent dun sa force constant or the spring constant multiplied by the displacement. Okay? Yan. So, positive work yung dito, Kasi yung papunta dito yung ating motion and yung displacement is also papunta dito. So, yung force na in-applied ng ating kamay contribute a positive work. While yung ating spring mismo, ito negative f sub x na yan, contribute a negative work on our hand. So, yan. Dapat aalamin nyo kung alin ba ang kailangang i-consider or i-analyze, yung bang spring or yung nag-apply ng force which is our hand. Okay? Yan. So, ganito yung ideal na spring natin. Ang ideal na spring, dapat yung force is directly proportional. The force applied is directly proportional to the displacement x. So, paano makikita? Yan yung pinapakita ko, straight line. Directly proportional, meaning constant yung slope natin. Straight line. First degree siya. First degree kung sa mga geometry natin. So, i-graph natin in the force position graph. So, fx yung vertical and yung x is horizontal. Okay? So, yung x natin, yan yung displacement value. Ayan. Yung x natin, ito yan. Ito siya. Yan. So, from point 0 to x. Yan. Ito siya, ha? And, yung height nung ating line is equals to fx. Fx, ito siya. Kaya lang, nagbabago. Depende kung gaano kahaba yung elongation. Kaya, yung fx is equals to k times the displacement x. Okay? Yun yung ating force. Yung force. Yan yon. So, paano kuhanin yung work done? Yung kanina ko pa sinasabi na yung area, yung kulay pink na yan yung amount of work. So, i-apply natin yung concept kanina. So, yan. Using integration, so sabi ko, kukuha tayo ng isang strip. Ayan, maliit na strip na yan. And yung distance nito, yan, yung length niyan is the d sub x. Kasi x to di ba? X to. And itong height nito ay what? Yan yung ating f sub x. So, nagbabago yan. So, dapat yan ay equation. Okay? Fx in terms of x dapat siya. Okay? Ayan. And yung area nito, ay malamang ito, fx multiply by yung dx natin dito. And since varying siya, so integrate natin. Palakarin natin yung ating strip pamula 0 to point x. So meaning ang limit dyan is 0 to x. Okay? Pag nag-integrate na tayo. And ganito na mangyayari dyan. So yan, 0 to x yung ating limit. Integral f sub x dx. Yung f sub x, yan na yung at itong term na to, ito na yan, yung area nito. Yan na yan oh. Yan, yung area niyan. Then palakadin natin from 0 to x. So makukuha natin yung total area nung bounded by the equation of the line. Okay? So, then, magiging ganito yan. Since yung ating, dapat yung f sub x natin is in terms of x. Sabi ko nga kanina. And the value of f sub x is the kx. So, kaya magiging ganyan yan. Okay? So, integral of kx dx from 0 to x. Okay? And then, the integral, lalabas natin yung constant. So, okay, nag-integral naman kayo. Alam nyo na yan. And integrate natin yung integral ng x dx is x squared over 2. Okay? Kaya naging 1/2 kx squared. So, ito yung work nung ating force. So yan yung work done by the force applied on the spring. Okay? So, 1/2 kx squared. Sa spring lang yan. Ha? Sa spring. Sa ideal spring lang itong equation na yan. Okay? Kapag iba na yung equation itong line na yan, ay hindi na applicable yung 1/2 kx squared na yan. Okay? So, yan. And kung gagawin naman natin yung sa ulo nating formula, alam naman natin na yung area ng triangle is 1/2 BH. 1/2 multiply by the base times height. So, ganun din yung lalabas, 1/2. So, yung base natin, x. Ito yun. And yung height natin, yung kx. So, ganun din yung lumabas dun sa integration. So, equal lang. Okay lang. So, where k is a constant called the force constant or the spring constant of the spring. Okay? Given naman lagi yan, yung spring constant na yan, or kapag hindi yan given, yan yung tinatanong. And yung formula niyan, ayan na. Fx is equals to kx. Okay? So, para makuha yung k, so we have to divide the value of f sub x to the displacement which is x. Okay? Yan. So, para makuha yung k. Okay. So, paano naman stretching a spring from elongation 1 or elongation x sub 1 to elongation x sub 2. So, ito yung relax position niya. So, walang in-applied na force. And then, nag-applied initially ulit ng force. So, at nabatak yung ating spring from x is equals to 0 to x is equals to x sub 1. Okay, ito yon. And, nag-additional force na naman tayo. Nagdagdag ulit. Okay. So, nilaksan ulit ng force dito. Nabatak na naman. From x sub 1, naging x sub 2. Ang tanong dyan, ang target natin is, ano yung work from x sub 1 to x sub 2? So, di ba kanina, from 0 to x yung ating kinuha. So, paano naman kapag dito lang yung tinatanong? Okay, so derive tayo ng formula. So, i-graph natin. So, first, i-graph natin yung, so from 0 siya. Kitang-kita, from 0, yan. And spring yan, so laging pag-spring, tandaan nyo, straight line. Okay? Ideal spring yan. Okay? Straight line yung graph natin sa ating force position graph. Okay? So, i-graph natin. Yung kx sub 1, yan yung force 1. Okay? Yan yung force 1 dito. Okay? Yan yung force 1. Okay? So, kx sub 1 yan. Okay? And yung kx sub 2, so ito yun, x sub 1, malamang x sub 1 dito. Okay? So, at x sub 2, meron tayong f sub 2. Yun yung in-applied na force na nagbago na, which is equivalent to k times x sub 2. Ito na yan. Okay? Yan. Okay, so na-graph na natin. Ang tanong, ano yung work dito? So, yung work dyan, siyempre, di yung area bounded by the region. Ano? Yung x sub 1 to x sub 2. Bounded by this equation of a line. Ano? So, mag-integrate ulit tayo dyan. So, using the integration f sub x dx from x sub 1 to x sub 2 siya. So yun yung limit natin. Pero kung ang tanong sa atin is work pamula dito, yan total na yan. Kunin natin yung total nito. So ang limit niyan is from here. So ang x sub 1 niya is 0. Okay, to x sub 2. Sa halip na x sub 1 to, x sub 0. Okay? Pag simula-simula, okay? Ay, ang tanong sa atin is yun lang. Yun lang part from x sub 1 to x sub 2. So ang limit natin dyan is x sub 1 to x sub 2 lang. Okay? So, that would be equal to integral of kx dx. So, dapat itong f of x, since dx yung ating differential, so dapat ay naka in terms of x yung ating force, ano. So, equation ng kx yon, ano. And integrate natin, equivalent yan dito. 1/2 kx sub 2 squared minus 1/2 kx sub 1 squared. Bakit? So, integration lang nung kanina. Labas yung constant. Integration ng x ay x squared over 2, kaya naging 1/2. And then, kaya nagkaroon ng x sub 2 minus x sub 1 yan dahil yung ating limit. Okay? Para makuha yung area pamula dito, yan, sa part na yan, hanggang doon. Okay? Ito na yon. So, yung area niyan, yan yung ating work from point 1 to point 2. Okay? Ayan. Yan yung equation 6.10 natin. So, quotient lang po. Ano po? So, work done on a spring versus work done by the spring. So, ibig sabihin ng work done on a spring, so, yung, kamay. Yung kamay ang nag-produce ng force para makapag-produce ng work. Okay? Kapag naman work done by spring, so, yung spring ang nag-produce ng force. Okay? Doon sa ating kamay para makapag-produce ng work. Okay? So, ang paliwanag dyan, ito yan. So, gives the work that you must do on a spring to change its length. Okay? For example, if you stretch a spring that's originally relaxed, then x sub 1 is equal to 0. So, wala pang nangyayari. Ano? Then, kapag ni-stretch mo, so yung x sub 2 natin ay greater than 0. So, magkakaroon ng value. And therefore, magkakaroon ng value ng work greater than 0. And the force you apply to one end of the spring is in the same direction. Yun, tatandaan nyo lang kung positive o negative work. Ano po? So, kung same direction ba as the displacement. Kapag yung force ay same direction as the displacement, positive yung work. Ngayon, kapag naman yung force is opposite direction as the displacement, so negative yung ating work. Okay? Yan. So, by contrast, the work the spring does on the work, whatever. So gaya nga nun, yung halimbawa, yun nga, nag-apply tayo ng force dun sa spring. So, yung in-apply nating force, magko-contribute yun ng positive work. Kasi, so, nung hinila natin, nag-elongate yung ating spring. So, yung direction ng force natin is the same as the direction of the elongation or the displacement. That's why the force applied by the hand produce a positive work on the spring. Vice versa naman, kabaligtaran naman, yung spring naman magko-contribute ng negative work dun sa ating hand. Okay? Yun lang po yun. So, paying careful attention to the sign of work, so will eliminate the confusion later on. Okay? Malilito kayo pagka hindi nyo alam kung yung i-consider nyo. Kung yung kamay ba or yung spring. Okay? So, ayan yun. Kapag ang tanong ko, how much work done by the hand? So, hinila niya eh. So, ito yung force, direction ng force papunta dito to the positive x. And the direction of the displacement is also to the positive X direction, meaning yung force applied by the hand is what? Positive work. While the work done by the spring, since yung ating yung direction ng ating yung direction ng displacement ay papunta doon, and the applied force by the spring naman is papunta dito, meaning yung ating work will be negative. Okay? Negative value. Okay? Negative value. Yan. So, example tayo. Work done on a spring scale. A woman weighing 600 Newton steps on a bathroom scale. Okay, yung babae daw tumitimbang ng 600 Newton. So, in Newton siya, meaning hindi siya in mass. Okay, Newton is force na siya. So, weight na yan, weight na. Steps in a bathroom scale, that contains then, nag-step siya dun sa kilohan. That contains a stiff spring. So, stiff. So, ideal spring siya, no? In figure 6.21. Namaya. In equilibrium, the spring is compressed 1.0 cm under her weight. So, nung sumakay yung ating dalaga, yung woman, 600 Newton, na-compress yung ating spring at about 1.0 cm under her weight. Okay? Ang tanong, find the force constant of the spring and the total work done on it during the compression. So, dalawa yung tanong. Unang tanong is the force constant, which is the value K, and the total work or W tot. Yan yung total work natin done during the compression. Okay? So, yung figure natin, ito yung scenario eh. So, meron tayong timbangan dyan, bathroom scale. So, may tumuntong na babae, may 600 Newton. So, meaning yung force dito is 600 Newton. 600 Newton. And assumption natin is positive X direction. Upward positive. Okay? So, lahat ng sasalungat dyan na force ay magiging negative. Okay? Therefore, negative 600 yan. And yung ating displacement is also follows the rules. Okay? So, negative pa rin. Negative 1.0 cm kasi ang assumption natin is positive X direction, upward. Okay? Ay na-compress yung ating timbangan. Siyempre, bababa yan due to the gravitational pull. No? So, bababa yan. So, ang tanong dyan, find the force constant, yung K natin. So, yung force constant or the spring constant, yung K. Okay? And the work done during the compression. Okay. So, sagot. Yan na. So, Fx, so para makuha yung constant natin, kunin natin yung, i-apply natin yung formula. F sub x is equals to Kx. Okay. So, K is equals to Fx over x. So, yung x dyan, itong displacement na yan. Okay? And yung force applied, yun na yung 600. So, negative 600 Newton yan. Pababa kasi. So, kaya naging negative 600 Newton over negative 0.01 meter. Okay? So, take note, yung ating, pag nagko-compute na tayo, dapat yung ating mga forces is in Newton. Yung ating mga lengths is in meter. And yung ating mga work is joule. Okay? And yung ating mass is kilogram. Pag nagko-compute tayo, ano po? So, unity. Dapat may unity tayo, no? Unity of units. And we will get the answer for the value of K is equals to 6.0 times 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter. Okay, napakadali. Nakuha agad natin yung sagot ng K. So, another question is the total work done on it during the compression. Okay. So, from the definition, so, total work is equals to kapag ka-spring lang ito. Ano po? Pag spring lang. Okay. Pag spring lang siya. So, 1 half kx sub 2 squared minus 1 half kx sub 1 squared. So, applicable lang po ito kapag spring. Okay. Yan. So, substitution. So, 1 half K, ang value ng K natin, 6.0 times 10 raised to 4 Newton meter multiplied by x sub 2. So, ang x sub 2 natin, so, ang x sub 1 natin is from the initial. X sub 1 ay from the initial is equivalent to 0. And yung ating x sub 2 naman ay yun yung ating negative 1.0 cm or negative 0.1 meter. Okay? Yan. Then naka-squared siya. And then minus, ano yung value ng x sub 1 natin dito? Value niyan ay 0. That's why cancel out yan. Cancel out yung ating second term. Yan. So, minus 0. So, yan. So, yung ating work ay 3.0 joule or 3.0 Newton meter. Okay, positive work siya. Bakit naging positive work yung na-contribute nitong F sub x? Dahil yung direction ng force natin is pababa and also the direction of the displacement is also pababa. Okay, that's why positive yan. Okay? Ayan. Okay, punta naman tayo dun sa work energy theorem for straight line motion, varying forces. So, work energy theorem, kung matatandaan nyo, is the difference, the change in kinetic energy from point 2 to point 1. Okay? Yun yung total work. Okay? Work energy theorem. Okay? So, paano naman kapag varying force? Okay? So, ganito ang mangyayari dyan. So, work taught is equals to integral fx dx from point 1 to point 2. So, ang target natin, kasi 1/2 mv squared to 1/2 mv squared. mv sub 2 squared. Ito naman is ay 1/2 mv sub 1 b sub 1 squared. So, ang target natin ay yung work is to express in terms of mass and velocity. Okay? Mass and velocity. Para ma-compare natin dun sa original formula na k sub 2 minus k sub 1 or the kinetic energy from point 2 to point 1. Okay? Yan. So, yung force natin, so from the definition of the second law of Newton's law, so F sub x, second law, okay, second law, F, yung force is equals to mass times acceleration. Okay? Mass times acceleration. So, palitan lang natin yung Fx, mass times acceleration. And we have to express the acceleration in terms of velocity. Okay, in terms of velocity. So, paano yun? Kuha tayo ng formula dito. A sub x is equals to, alamin, di ba, ang acceleration is the limit of the velocity, is the limit of the average velocity as the time interval t approaches 0. So, in differential calculus, ito yun. dv sub x with respect to time. And using chain rule, ganito. dvx over dx times dx dt. Okay? Then, ma-express natin yung dx dt. Yung dx dt natin, ayun yung velocity na. Okay? Kaya nagkaroon ito. Ito na yun. Yan yun. dx dt is equals to velocity. Okay? And then, na-express na natin yung ating acceleration in terms of velocity. Okay? Nasa velocity na siya. So, ilipat na natin ito. So, yung acceleration na yan, ay yung niya na. Ilipat natin doon. Doon sa acceleration na yan. Okay? Substitution. Mangyayari dyan ay ganito. Integral of mbx dvx over dx from x sub 1 to x sub 2. And makakancel out na ito, di ba? So, matitira dyan, mbx dvx na lang. Okay, yan. mbx dvx. Yung mass natin, hindi naman nagbabago yan. So, constant yung ating mass. Ilabas natin yung mass natin dun sa integration sign. And ang integral na lang natin is itong vx dvx. Okay? Ayan. Integral natin yan. Pag na-integral natin, b squared over 2. Okay? And then, substitute natin yung value ng b sub 1, yung upper limit and lower limit natin. Ang magiging sagot dyan ay ito. Uy! Kaparehas lang nung ating work energy theorem kapag constant force, which is ito. Kapag constant force, ano? Kapag constant force, k sub 2 minus k sub 1. Okay? Kaparehas lang. Ito yung k sub 2 Ito naman yung k sub 1. Yan. Ito yan. Yan. So, kaparehas lang. Meaning to say, even without considering without considering if the force is constant or not, or nagbabari siya, same yung ating work energy theorem. So, k sub 2 minus k sub 1. Parehas lang din. Ano po? So, mapa-constant force and mapa-varying force, kapag work energy theorem yung gamit natin, ay same lang. Ano po? So, 1 half mv sub 2 squared minus 1 half mv sub 1 squared is applicable in varying and constant forces natin. Okay? So, okay, example tayo, motion with a varying force. An air truck glider of mass 0.100 kg is attached to the end of a horizontal air track by a spring with a force constant 2.0 Newton meter. So, figure 6.22, ayan siya. So, yung glider natin, ito, naka-attach dun sa ating spring. And, yung direction ng motion is to the right. Okay, to the right. And having a mass of 0.1 kilogram. And yung spring constant natin, yung value ng K, ayan, given 20.0 Newton per meter. And the initial velocity or the V sub 1 is equal to 1.5 or 1.50 meter per second to the right. Okay? Tanong, find the maximum distance that the glider moves to the right. Oh, dalawang condition. If the air track is turned on, so that there is no friction. So, ito kasi yung kanyang dinadaplusan, yung nilalakaran ng glider, ito, air track yan. Kapag buhay yan, ibig sabihin may mga hangin yan. Yung pagkiskis ng glider doon sa air track ay halos negligible or walang epekto, meaning frictionless kapag naka-on yung ating air track. Ngayon, kapag naman naka-turned off, gagaspang yan. So, meaning, ay kikis-kis masyado yung ating glider dyan and magko-contribute yung effect ng ating friction. Okay? That's why dyan sa letter B na tanong na condition or situation ay nag-given siya ng coefficient of kinetic friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction. So, kinetic friction dahil gumagalaw siya, So, kapag hindi siya gumagalaw, static friction. So, nung nakaraan topic natin yan, Yan. So, isa lang naman yung tanong, yung maximum D daw, yung displacement, maximum D, ito. Yan. Kapag may friction at kapag walang friction. Okay? So, analyze muna natin yung ating problem. And ilipat natin sa pre-body diagram. Yung pre-body diagram natin, kapag walang friction, ayan lang. So, ang paggalaw, ang motion ng ating object is to the right. And yung spring natin ay nakakabit dito, meaning opposite to the motion, yung force na ini-exert ng ating spring. So, kaya to the left yung ating spring force, And ano pa yung force na nag-a-act dyan? So, siyempre, may weight tayo. Weight is equivalent to mass times the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so yan. So, directly downward yan. So, weight, yung W is equals to mg na yan. Directly downward. And the normal force exerted by the air track to the glider. Yun yung normal force natin. Directly perpendicular dun sa ating plane. Okay, normal force yan. And equivalent yan dun sa ating mg. Okay? M sub G. Okay? So, and kapag naman yung ating glider ay naka-turn, yung ating air track ay naka-turned off, meaning may friction dyan, so i-consider natin yung friction, the F sub K, which is also opposite to the direction of motion, just like as the spring exerted force, okay? Yan. And the normal force, again, is equivalent to the weight dahil horizontal siya, horizontal motion, W, ang weight natin is, again, constant yan. W is equals to mg, okay? So, unahin natin yung unang situation. Kapag frictionless, no friction. So, letter A, find the value or the maximum value of D. Okay? So, yan. So, maximum value of D, ito yung initial D yung initial X sub 1 natin. So, let's say umabot hanggang doon. So, ito yung ating X sub 2 and ito yung ating magiging D. Yan. Maximum D. So imagine nyo, binabatak papunta doon yung ating glider, no? Binabatak papunta doon. Ayan. So ang tanong, maximum D down. Hanggang anong pinakamalayo na pwedeng maabot niyan? Meaning, pag binatak niya to, gagalaw yan. Hanggang sa tumigil. To become rest. Okay? Hanggang sa tumigil. Anong value nung D nun? Okay? And kapag tumigil, yung motion, meaning yung velocity doon, is zero. Okay? So, yung free body diagram, ito, apply natin. So, frictionless tayo. So, walang friction. So, madali lang yan. So, dalawa lang naman yung formulang gagana dyan. Yung work energy theorem and the work caused by the spring itself. Okay? So, the work using the spring is work W is equals to 1 half k x sub 2 squared minus 1 half k x sub 1 squared. Yun yung formula for the work kapag spring yung ating na-analyze. Ano po? Ayan. Then, work is equal to negative 1 half kd squared. So, paano nangyayari yon? So, bakit naging negative? So, ito ay, ang inaalalays natin dito ay spring. Okay, spring. Yung spring, ang direction ng force ng spring is papunta doon. Okay, to the right. Imagine nyo to the right. While the displacement itself ay papunta doon. So, kabaligtaran ito. So, kaya magiging negative 1 half kd squared. So, bakit naging kd squared? So, yung k is constant yan, given. Yung d, bakit naging d? Dahil ito yon, pamula dito. So, x sub 1. Itong x sub 1 natin, yan ay zero na. Yan yung x sub 2, ito na yung d natin. Okay? Yan yung displacement. Okay? So, kaya 1 half kd squared lang. Bakit na-cancel out ito? Itong k sub 1. Dahil zero siya eh. So initially, wala pang displacement. So, yung x dyan, yan yung position displaced. Ano? So, cancel out yan. Kaya negative 1 half kd squared lang yung tira. Okay? And using the work energy theorem, yung kaninang dinerive natin, ano? So, total work is equals to 1 half mv sub 2 squared, yung velocity at point 2, minus 1 half mv sub 1 squared, yung v sub 1, yun yung velocity na given, yung initial velocity na given dun sa problem. Ano? Yan. And yung v sub 2 natin dito ay equal to 0. Why? Dahil ang tinatanong sa atin maximum. So, maximum, kapag binatak natin ito papunta dito, so, maximum siya kapag tumigil na. Okay? Tumigil na. Kapag wala ng velocity. Okay? Maximum siya kapag wala ng velocity. Kaya, yung v sub 2 natin dito ay equal to 0. Kaya, makakancel out yan. So, yan o, nakita nyo. 0 minus 1 half mv sub 1 squared. So, yung v sub 1 squared ay given naman yan. And, work here done by the spring is equals to work here, total work here, using the work energy theorem. Ano? Equate natin yung dalawa, magiging ganito yung equation. So, negative 1 half kd squared, equate natin, ito yun. So, yun na yan. Equate natin dito sa isang work, negative 0 minus 1 half mv squared. So, yun na yan. Okay? So, solving for D. Given naman yung mass, given din yung constant, yung force constant or the spring constant, then we can find for the value of D. Ano? So, yan. D is equals to B sub 1 square root of M over K. Okay? Direct substitution yung mga value. Initial velocity is 1.5 meter per second. And yung mass natin is 0.100 kilogram. Okay? So, again, yung ating mass ay dapat naka-kilogram. Okay? Pag nagko-compute. Okay? Sa SI system tayo eh. So, ang mass natin ay naka-kilogram. And yung K natin, naka-Newton per meter. Yung velocity natin, basta ang length, naka-meter. Ang time, naka-second. Ang mass, naka-kilogram. Ang force, naka-Newton. So, kapag hindi na andun sa unit na yon, iko-convert tayo. Ano? Okay? Ayan. Then, we will get the answer is equals to 0.106 meter or equivalent to 10.6 centimeter. 10.6 cm yung maximum D kapag frictionless. So makikita natin yan mamaya, no, kapag consider naman natin yung friction. Okay? 10.6, tandaan nyo, 10.6 cm. So dapat yung mamaya, yung kapag consider yung friction is dapat mas maliit dyan. Okay? Kasi may friction na eh. Okay? Ayan. So paano kapag may friction? Ito naman yung ating free body diagram. So free body diagram niya. Yan. So madadagdagan lang ng kinetic friction. Kinetic friction which is directly opposite to the motion of the object. So ang motion natin papunta doon. So ang motion ang direction ng kinetic friction ay papunta doon. Okay? So opposite siya. Dito sa ating problem ay yung kinetic friction is the same as the direction of the force applied by the spring. Okay? Yan. So ganun pa din yung ating work ng spring. So 1/2 kx sub 2 squared minus 1/2 kx sub 1 squared. Work yan ng spring. Okay? So again, negative 1/2 kd squared yan. Equal pa din siya dun sa kanina. So i-add natin yan mamaya, ano, dun sa para makuha yung total work. So ang magko-contribute ulit diyan ng another work pa is due to the friction. Okay? Yan, ito na yon, due to friction. Due to friction, may frictional force tayo na which is equals to mu sub k multiplied by the normal force. So ang normal force natin is equal to mg. Okay? But hindi lagi, okay? Hindi laging yung normal force natin is equals to mg. Okay? Lalo na kapag ka-inclined yung ating problem, ano? Mag-iiba yan, okay? So ngayon ay vertical yung ating problem, so equal yan, okay? So mu sub k or the kinetic frictional the coefficient of kinetic friction mu sub k multiplied by the normal force which is equivalent to the value of weight which is mg. Yan. So yun yung ating kinetic frictional force. And that kinetic frictional force contributes a work to the glider, ano, which is equals to frictional work is equal to negative mu. Oy, bakit naging negative na naman ito? Bakit na naging negative na naman yan? Dahil ang direction ng ating displacement papunta doon. Yung frictional force is opposite. That's why negative again ito. Okay? Negative yan. And then, multiply natin dun sa ating displacement D. Ito na yung tinatanong, ano? Yung displacement D na yan. Okay? Ayan, displacement D. And para makuha natin yung total work done by the spring and also the air track is pag-a-add natin itong work na ito. Okay? Pag-add natin yan. Okay? Pag-add natin. So, magiging ganito yung formula natin. Yan. Work total is equals to negative mu sub k mgd minus 1/2 kd squared. Yan yung total work. And using the work energy theorem, total work is equals to 1/2 mb sub 2 squared minus 1/2 mb sub 1 squared. Okay? And equate natin itong dalawa. Okay? Equate natin yan. Kasi talaga namang equal dapat yun eh. Okay? Equate natin yan. Okay? So, but before, kailangan nating makuha yung value ng total work in terms of velocity. Okay? So, 1/2 mb sub 2 squared. Yung, bakit naging 0 dito? Kasi, ang tinatanong is yung D. Yung D. Kung saan binatak natin, di ba? Binatak natin, mapupunta dito. And, dun sa point na to, titigil na siya eh. So, at maximum D, titigil na yan eh. Titigil yan dyan. And, kapag tumigil, ibig sabihin, magre-rest siya. And, kapag nag-rest siya, yung velocity is equivalent to 0. Okay? And, yung velocity 1, given naman yon. Given yon. So, negative 1/2 mb sub 1 squared. So, yun lang yung matitira. And, equate natin itong dalawang to. Equate natin yan. Kasi work taught is equal to work taught. Okay? Yan. Negative mu k mgd minus 1 half kd squared is equals to 0 minus 1 half mb sub 1 squared. Okay, manipulation, transposition. The equation will be equal to 1 half kd squared plus mu k mgd minus 1 half mb sub 1 squared. So, transpose lang yung negative 1 half mb squared. Ano po? Yan. Or transpose sa kabila, okay? So, para maging positive. And, kung mapapansin nyo, ito ay in quadratic equation siya. Quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So, yung a natin dyan ay, kitang-kita, yung 1 half k. And yung x natin dyan, yan yung variable, yung d. Okay? Yan yung variable, yung d. Okay? Yung x, yan, yung mga x, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, yan yung quadratic equation, general form yan. Ano? Yung x natin dyan, yan yung d, dun sa formula. Yan yung d, yung displacement. And yung maliban dyan sa d na yan, mga constant na yan. Yan yung a, constant b, and constant c. Yung constant a, yan yung ating numerical coefficient ng ating x squared term. Ano? And then yung b, yung x term. And then yung c, yung constant. Okay? Yan. So, therefore, magagamit natin yung quadratic formula. Yung negative b. So, yung para makuha yung d is equals to negative b, positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay? Ma-apply natin yan. So, apply natin. Algebra lang naman. Apply natin yan. So, makukuha natin yung sagot na ito. Okay? Algebra lang po yan. Kayang-kaya nyo na yan. So, ang value ng A natin, ito, 1 half K. Yan. Ang value ng B, ito, mu K mg. Yan yun. And the value of constant C, ito yun, total. Okay. Then, substitute lang natin dun sa ating quadratic formula. We will get the term ganito. Okay. Okay. And, given na lahat. So, yung mu sub k or the coefficient of kinetic friction is given. The mass is also given. Acceleration due to gravity is constant yan, 9.8. And k, the constant of the spring is given din. And yung b sub 1 natin, given din yan. Then, makukuha natin yung sagot by direct substituting all the values given. Makukuha natin yung sagot dyan. Ano? So, inisa-isa lang. Ito muna. So, ito yon. Substitution, ito yung magiging sagot. And then, sunod, ito. Substitution, ito yung magiging sagot. And then, direct substitute again dun sa ibalik ulit natin. Then, we will get the answer for the value of this equals to negative 0.02303 meter. Positive negative square root of the quantity of 0.02303 meter squared plus 0.01125 meter squared. Okay? Okay, so direct input it into your calculator, scientific calculator, ano? So makukuha natin yung sagot na ito. So dalawa yung magiging sagot. Dahil quadratic equation yan, so 2 solutions ang meron tayo. Okay, so dalawa magiging sagot. So, unang sagot ay 0.086 meter or negative 0.132 meter. So, alin yung pipiliin natin dyan? So, ang pipiliin natin dyan ay yung positive solutions. Why? Dahil yung ating displacement doon sa ating problem ay positive. Positive yung displacement natin going to the right. So, positive siya. Positive yung ating displacement going to the right as the direction of force is also to the right. Okay, so positive dapat yung ating D dyan. Okay, that's why ang sagot dyan is 0.086 meters only. Okay, so ayun po. Okay, thank you very much and see you on the next video. That concludes our discussion for today and thank you.